Top of the morning to you. Imagine with me for a moment that you had $1,000 set aside in your savings account, and it was earmarked, it was tagged just for emergencies. That's baby step one for financial peace. Get your $1,000 emergency fund. That's the starter emergency fund. It's not the real thing. It's just to get going on this process. Imagine that. I remember when I first went into debt. I was a ski bum out in Washington State. And how did I get there? It had the highest avalanche rate in the country. And one of the ski areas I talked to said, "You can't work here. You don't have any avalanche experience." So I said, "I'm going to get my experience." That spring, my car was broken. It wasn't working. The CV joints were fouled up. And I had to get back to Minnesota for my summer job working at camp. And I had to do it. I had to do it. I had a credit card. I had always paid off all the balance all the time. And I put, I don't remember, $600, $800 on there. And that's when it started. I was 21, 22. And it took me 15 more years, $50,000 plus in debt to figure it out and get out of debt. And I didn't start it this way, but this is the simplest, easiest way to do it. Why? Remember yesterday or last time I talked about the biggest problem isn't our math skills or our physics skills. It is our behavior skills. And the first baby step is to save $1,000 in your emergency fund. $1,000 isn't going to do everything, but it's going to give you peace of mind and give you that edge over and start your brain retraining a new behavior and a new relationship with the money that God has given you. How do you get the $1,000 emergency fund? Some of you can just do it right now and say, "This is now my emergency fund." And you can just put it there. Some of you have to go dig in a little bit, quit drinking a coffee, quit eating out for lunch every day, quit buying the movie every week, cancel cable, cancel something, and get $1,000 set aside, protected, not to be touched, except for an emergency. And then you're done with baby step one. Emergency fund is awesome. How many times do you go to the shop and it's $500? And if you have that in an emergency fund, that's a great start. It's not our future end goal, but it's a great start. I got a $1,000 emergency fund. I can fix the car. How many times do you need to call the plumber or a little problem around the house and it's $500, $600, $300? With an emergency fund, you have that peace while you're working on the other baby steps. So do whatever you can. Cut back on treats, cut back on sweets, cut back on nights out. You can have a beautiful date night. My daughter and I had the funnest date night last year. We went down to Chester Bowl, walked down along the river, found some rocks in the middle of the river right by the waterfalls, and had a picnic. It cost the price of a sandwich. It was dirt cheap. So, if you are dedicated, if you are committed to find financial peace and financial abundance, take baby step one, unless you're on one of the further steps down the road. Do whatever it takes. Put your head down, talk to your spouse, talk to your accountability partner, reach out to me and say, "I am doing baby step one. I need to save $1,000 and I need your help. I need your accountability." And make it happen. Change your behavior. This is a simple step, yet how many people have $1,000 emergency fund set aside? 50% of our country doesn't. 46% of our country doesn't. And time to put yourself in the other 54% by taking baby step one. Save $1,000 for an emergency starter emergency fund. You be blessed.